How is it going, guys? Sean Ross here, and welcome back to my watch-along to the series of RWBY. Currently, we are on chapters 4 and 5, and it is entitled The First Step. We are still very early in the stages of RWBY's story. You know, RWBY right now is just getting to Beacon, learning to become a huntress. But with chapters 2 and 3, with her going to the school, we actually got all 4 of our main girls, RWBY, Weiss, Blake, and Yang, talking to each other. I wouldn't say they're on the best of terms right now, but we actually had a few scenes where they were all talking and interacting with one another. But another new character that we got to meet in the last two-parter was Jean Arc. We'll see more of him, and you guys will grow to love him. And I think it's really cool that some of you guys are actually discovering RWBY by me going back and watching this series over again. I won't do spoilers, because I actually just like going back and talking about each individual episode, so you guys don't have to worry about that. So with chapter 4 and 5, I believe we're going into the initiation sequence that, that Glinda Goodwitch was talking about. They were going to sleep in the main hall. Once they wake up, initiation is going to begin. So I'm really excited to dive into this two-part episode. But before I do, just as a reminder, the links for these two videos are in the description below, and definitely go support Rooster Teeth and all the other shows that they do. Go check out Red vs. Blue. Personally, I have not seen that yet. That will possibly be another reaction series I can do later on down the road, but you can go check out Red vs. Blue, Camp, and of course, go binge watch RWBY if you guys have yet to do so. And then come back here so that way we can talk about each episode as we go through it. But without further ado, let's dive into chapters 4 and 5 of RWBY Volume 1, The First Step. Alright guys, here we go. Gonna be starting the video in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I forgot that you got introduced this episode! Yes.
For a full 24 hours. Not that I thought we'd get kicked out or anything. I mean, you're the perfect student and I'm me. But it's just crazy, We've been friends for so long. What are the odds we'd still be together? Well, not together. Not that I'm not saying you're not handsome. You are handsome, but that'd just be weird. Right. What was I thinking?
Pancakes.
I hope we end up on the same team together.
Oh man, she devoured that.
What if we bribe that master? No, that won't work. He has a school. Some sort of signal, like a distress signal. A secret signal, so we can find each other in the forest. Can you imitate a sloth?
Nora?
Yes, Ren?
I don't think sloths make a lot of noise.
That's why it's perfect! Now we will suspect we're working together.
Come on, Nora. Let's go.
But not.
Ren and Nora. Oh man. Love those two.
Wonder what those two are so worked up about. Oh, who knows? So, you seem awfully chipper this morning. Yep, no more awkward small talk or getting to know you stuff. Today, I get to let my sweetheart do the talking.
Well, remember, Ruby, you're not the only one going through initiation. If you want to grow up, you're going to have to meet new people and learn to work together.
True.
You sound like Dad. Okay, first of all, what does meeting people have to do with fighting? And secondly, I don't need people to help me grow up. I drink milk. But what about...
Can't beat that logic.
I don't know. I'll just be on your team or something. Maybe you should try being on someone else's team.
My dearest sister Yang, are you implying that you do not wish to be on the same team as me?
What? No, of course I do. I just thought, I don't know, maybe it would help you break out of your shell.
What the? I don't need to break out of my shell. That's absolutely
ridiculous. There's no way I put my
good transition.
636 yesterday. I would have remembered having to count that high.
Oh yes.
So Pyrrha, have you given any thought to
Pyrrha.
like to be on? I'm sure everyone
Love the outfit of Pyrrha. So cool.
Well-known individual such as yourself.
I'm not quite sure. I was planning on letting the chips fall where they may.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could be on a team together.
Well, that sounds grand.
Great! This will be perfect. The smartest girl.
Already
in class,
scheming,
the
Weiss.
strongest girl in class. Together we will be unstoppable. I can see it now. We'll be popular. We'll be celebrities. We'll get perfect grades. Nothing could come between us now.
You know what else is great? Me, Jana.
You see her eyes there?
Again.
Nice to meet you, Jean.
Yeah. So, Weiss, couldn't help but overhear your fondness of me the other day.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Don't worry, no need to be embarrassed. So, been hearing rumors about teams. I was thinking you and me would make a good one. What do you say?
Actually,
Jean's moving
I
in.
think the teams are comprised of 4 students each, so...
You don't say. Well, hot stuff. Play your cards right, and maybe you could join up with the winning team.
Jean, is it... Do you have any idea who you were talking to?
Not the slightest, Snow Angel.
This is Kira.
Hello again.
Kira graduated top of her class at Sanctum.
Never heard of it.
She's won the Mistral Regional Tournaments 4 years in a row. A new record.
The what?
She's on the front of every Pumpkin Pete's Marshmallow Flakes box.
That's you? They only do that for star athletes.
That's when you know you're legit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Sadly, the cereal isn't very good for you.
It never is.
After hearing all of this, do you really think you're in a position to ask her to be on your team?
I guess not. Sorry.
Actually, Jean, I think you'd make a great leader.
Oh, stop it.
Seriously, please stop it. This kind of behavior should not be encouraged.
Sounds like Pierre's on board for Team Jean. Spots are filling up quick. Now, I'm not supposed to do this, but maybe I could pull some strings. Find a place for you. What do you say?
All right, that's a bit too close. Kira, a little help, please?
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Would all first-year students please report to Beacon Cliff for initiation?
Here we
Again,
go.
All first-year students report to Beacon Cliff immediately.
It was nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Having some trouble there, Lady Killer?
I don't understand. My dad said all women look for is confidence. Where did I go wrong?
Snow Angel probably wasn't the best start.
Listen to Yang, John.
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
For years, you have trained to become warriors, and today your abilities will be evaluated in the Emerald Forest.
Now, I'm sure many of you have heard rumors about the assignment of teams. Well, allow us to put an end to your confusion. Each of you will be given teammates. Today.
What?
These teammates will be with you for the rest of your time here at Beacon, so it is in your best interest to be paired with someone with whom you can work well. That being said, the first person you make eye contact with after landing will be your partner for the next 4 years.
I love that effect.
I told you.
After you've partnered up, make your way to the northern end of the forest. You will meet opposition along
Damn,
the
it's a
way.
big forest.
Do not hesitate to destroy everything in your path, or you will die. You will be monitored and graded
Nora.
for the duration of your initiation, but our instructors will not intervene. You will find an abandoned temple at the end of the path containing several relics. Each pair must choose one and return to the top of the cliff. We will guard that item, as well as your standing, and grade you appropriately. Are there any questions?
Yeah, sir?
Good. Now, take your position.
She's just ignoring him.
Sir? I've got, a question. So, this landing strategy thing, what is it? You're, like, dropping us off or something?
No. You will be falling.
With style.
I see. So, like, did you hand out parachutes for us?
No. You will be using your own landing strategy.
That.
Yeah, Yang.
So, what exactly is a landing strategy?
He was not ready for this. Look at them go. As he just casually sips his coffee. Oh, poor Jean. Oh, we got a nice little bird. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love all these landing strategies. Woo! Ren. Yang is top gunning it. That just looks like fun. Woo! Look at her go. And here she is. The warrior. Oh my god, that weapon.
I'm sorry.
Good job, Pyrrha.
Gotta find Yang. Gotta find Yang. Gotta find Yang. Gotta find Yang. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Oh, what if I can't find her? What if
someone finds her first.
Hmm.
There's always Sean. He's nice.
I wonder who Ruby will be teamed up with.
I don't think he's very good in a fight, though.
Oh, what about Blake? So mysterious.
So calm.
Plus, she likes books.
Well, then again, I'm not sure I'd be able to hold a conversation with her.
Ugh.
Okay, who else do I know in this school? There's Yang, Sean, Blake, and...
And there it is. She is not having it.
We're supposed to be teammates. Ow!
Pick your poison, Weiss.
By no means does this make us friends.
I love that animation in the back.
From here. John? Do you have any spots left on your team?
Very fun.
He's got a lot of spots left.
What's the hurry?
I like that moment, though.
My mission be delayed because you're too slow. I swear if I get a bad grade because you're... What the? I'm not slow, see? You don't have to worry about me.
She was like part cat there.
Just because I don't exactly know how to deal with people doesn't mean I don't know how to deal with monsters. You're about to see a whole different side of me today, Weiss. And after it's all over, you're gonna be like, wow, that Ruby girl is really, really cool. And I want to be your friend.
Oh, that is adorable.
You may be fast, but you still excel at wasting time. Ruby?
Uh-oh, getting darker.
Ruby?
That ain't Ruby. Woo! Paywalls are updated. And the cliffhanger. The dreaded cliffhanger. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Chapters 4 and 5 of RWBY Volume 1 entitled The First Step. Now, I really enjoyed this two-parter episode. We're starting to get more of the story. We're actually diving into more of Beacon's curriculum and getting to see the start of the initiation process for the first years coming to Beacon and starting to go on their journey to becoming huntresses. But starting off with part 1, we get introduced to 3 new characters: Nora, Ren, and Pyrrha. Now, anyone that is just watching this for the first time, I can just say you will grow to love these characters. As you can already tell by our first interactions of seeing them, Nora is very peppy, very outgoing, and she is just absolutely crazy. I love her character, but also you have Ren, kind of like the exact opposite of Nora, to where he's just very calm, cool, and collected. Doesn't say much, but as like a little note or tidbit, Monty Ohm was actually the original voice actor for Ren before he tragically passed away. And now what's really cool is, as we get into the series, his brother ended up picking up that mantle and actually voices Ren as we move on into the story, which I find very, very cool that it kind of stayed in the family. But this is the first introduction to Nora and Ren, but also to Pyrrha, the gladiator, badass female warrior, just in like her outfit. It looks so, so cool. And her weapon that we get to see in part 2, when it goes from a sniper rifle, where it's like a gun, and then transforms into that spear, and she throws it to basically catch Jean before he actually lands and just plummets to the ground. I absolutely love those moments. But there's a part in part 1 in this to where Weiss's, like, animation-wise, her eyes just go completely cross-eyed. You know that was an animation choice on the crew behind RWBY for Rooster Teeth. I think that is absolutely hilarious. It's in the part when, like, she's scheming and she's, like, wants to team up with Pyrrha, but as soon as Jean shows up, her eyes immediately go to opposite ends of her eyes, of her eyeballs. It's just so, so funny. I saw that. I just had to point that out once again. But then we have John, the lady killer, basically getting rejected and denied in the first part of this episode. And I feel bad for him. He's trying to make friends, or at least a girlfriend, at least in his mind, where he's trying to be very confident and kind of like show off for the two ladies of Weiss and Pyrrha. Pyrrha doesn't really know what's going on in this episode, but Weiss is like, I am not having this. I am shutting this down right now. So I really like that interaction. But what's cool is, like, he kind of gets nailed to the wall by Pyrrha's spear in the first part of this episode, and then once again into a tree with the help of Pyrrha's spear as well. So I like that little like mirror in part 1 and part 2 of these episodes. But then we delve right into the initiation process, which is on the edge of this cliff of this huge forest where Professor Ozpin and Glinda Goowitch basically lay down it to all of them. It's like, we're gonna be flinging you into that forest. Come up with a landing strategy, and once you land, the first person you make eye contact with, once you land, will be your partner and teammate for the next 4 years. Now, on a story perspective, just to see where the story was going, it was obvious that it was going to be Weiss who was going to be RWBY's partner, because when you're writing a story, you want to team up your main character with someone that is already causing conflict for them. So RWBY Weiss makes sense right out of the gate. But then we also see that Pyrrha and Jean are becoming a team as well. So I really like that dynamic, and I love how Weiss had to basically choose. Like, as soon as she saw RWBY, was like, oh no, I'm not having this either. And then immediately goes through the brush, sees Jean stuck in a tree, and is like, well, I guess I gotta go with RWBY. I love the animation too when she just grabs her and RWBY's like, you came back, and she is just immediately going like this. I love that moment. It's just so funny. And then, you know, getting the interactions of RWBY and Weiss by the end of this episode, where RWBY with her super speed just comes up next to her, kind of has like a cat mouth and is like pawing, and just like, don't worry, I'm not slow. Once this is all over, you're gonna be like, wow, that RWBY girl is really, really cool, and I want to be your friend. I love that line. It's just delivered so authentically, just for RWBY's character in general. I really do like that. She speeds off, and then immediately Weiss encounters the Beowulfs. Now, these are actually the same Beowulfs that RWBY fought in the red trailer. They're just more updated for the series of RWBY. You know, those were kind of like the prototypes back in the red trailer, but now these are like the main looks that we're gonna have for the Beowulfs moving forward in the series of RWBY. And we're just left on that cliffhanger. It's like, really, Rooster Teeth, you gotta leave us with that cliffhanger right there. So I'm really excited to be diving into the next 2-part episodes, which will be the Emerald Forest, chapter 6 and 7. But this episode, these 2-parters, was very enjoyable, got more of the initiation process, and our teams are starting to form, which I am really starting to enjoy. And then with the next episode, we'll see what are the other teams that will be formed. Odds are, you know, we have Ren and Nora, most likely they will be a team, just because in this episode, they're basically tied at the hip. And that just basically leaves Yang and Blake, just from what we're looking at with this episode, because we really haven't been introduced to new characters besides these ones. We saw 2 characters on the starting line, but we don't know their names. We don't really know them, but they're kind of dressed the same. So odds are those 2 will be paired together as well. But I really enjoy this. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on these 2 episodes. Leave comments down below about what you liked about this episode. What did you guys find funny? Any story points that you guys want to talk about, definitely leave them down in the comments and we can continue the conversation there. But I'm really excited to dive into chapters 6 and 7, and you guys can expect that very, very soon. But until then, I'll talk with you guys in my next reaction to RWBY. All right, guys, see you later.